What's up, everyone? It's Chicks in the Office with Rhea and Fran giving you that Friday energy on a Monday. Weird setup for the podcast right now. Weird setup.
Yeah.
Have to get out in front of it. I'm recording on my phone. This is the first time we've ever done this, and it's making me uncomfortable.
We have never done this before, but look, we planned to be in the studio, and then wham, hurricane came out of nowhere, didn't know it was coming, and just for, an abundance of caution / everyone being like, you should stay home, like don't drive, don't travel, whatever. So we're staying home. We're doing our job.
You want to hear something fucked up? Yesterday, my mom went to the store. She comes back. It's like around lunchtime. I'm like, Mom, cold cuts? Like, I want a fucking sandwich. You got any cold cuts? And she's like, I went to the store. They ran out of cold cuts. I'm like, are you joking?
The way you just went, they ran out of cold cuts with your hands. I also would like to put we're now at podcast 2. We've gone 2 episodes in a row now of you mentioning your mother and the food in the house. One was not enough good snacks. Now she's messing up the cold cuts. Rhea's recording in the basement.
I just realized that as I said it, I was like, wow, you are really reversing an age. You are really going back in time.
The cold cuts.
Mom, Ma, the meatloaf.
The fucking meats. You didn't get them?
I was like, this house is a fucking prison. No cold cuts. She was like, the hurricane's coming. It's so just man. Unbelievable. Listen, I feel like this is okay for a little bit. I don't know how long. I give myself a year. I feel like because I moved out at such a young age, or not such a young age, normal, 19, but like I really lived like a full grown adult for a little bit. And my siblings never really left. Like they're still here and they're older than I am. Yeah. Like I feel like it's all right that I'm here right now. And depending on my mother, my mommy, to give me food and to tuck me in at night.
You also never did there's so many people who do graduate from college and then live at home for a little bit. Didn't do that. And
I skipped all of that.
And with COVID, so many people like our age did move home. And I think we're like, this is kind of nice.
It's fucking awesome. I went through a period of time where I did not fuck with my family so hard. Like, I don't even know why. Like, I look back, I'm like, what was your problem? I feel like everyone goes through that phase, right? Like, you're like, I just want to be on my own for a little bit. And then I came back home and I love them. Like, I can't get enough of these people. And I just laugh at everything they do. And also they take care of me. And they're like, you know what, Rhea, run free, do your thing. I get like yelled at barely. Like, you know what I mean? Like there's no rules or anything. So it is what it is. And if they think I'm doing something wrong, they just laugh about it. I just become like the butt of the joke. And I'm fine with that too. I'm providing free entertainment for this household.
Exactly. So everything's good, but it's been a very quiet weekend on my part. Just been laying low, getting some rest, some good sleep. You had another wedding. We're deep into wedding season right now. I'm sure we have a ton of listeners that are either getting married or had weddings that were postponed or just have a ton of weddings to go to. And I think that's like August, September, October, so many.
This is my final one, I think, on my radar. Yeah. One can sneak up on me. But last night I had a wedding. It was beautiful. My sister's best friend. My sister was the maid of honor. They're like the hottest couple in the world. I swear to God.
I can second that.
They're just so fucking hot.
Is truly one of the prettiest people I've ever seen.
She is a sex icon. Yeah. And she'll like the best thing about her is that she'll call everyone else a sex icon as well. So you're like, wow, this hot ass girl is also complimenting me. I feel amazing. Yeah. She's also a teacher, but I won't say names. Great couple, great wedding. But I will say this. I love people who, go the extra mile with their wedding. That's what they want in their life. Go for it. If you want to spend all that money and that time on that one big night, You do you. I'll be there. I will be on that dance floor and I will attend and I will drink and I will eat and I will have a good time. There's 2 weddings I want in my life. We all know the first one. I want to get married in Vegas real quick, not like a real deal wedding.
We know.
Semi in the middle, toxic. And then the second one, I just want to get married real fast, like quick little ceremony on the beach, maybe, or outdoors somewhere, and then just a blowout party. Like I don't need the showers and, all
I will say, Rhea,
I just want to walk down.
There was a very funny bachelorette party that was coming into a restaurant I was at this weekend. Small town, so clearly you're not having a wild bachelorette, but it was a group of women, probably like late 30s, early 40s kind of vibe, maybe even older, I don't know. And they're like whooping it up, she's got a crown on. And the last woman who comes in just looks at our table and just like, second time around, baby.
Yep. There you go.
I'm like, that's the vibe. Low key.
It's having 2 lives. It's like extending your life by having 2 marriages. I'm kidding. I don't actually wish to have 2 marriages, but I think the Vegas one is up in the air. That one's just like, if it happens, it happens. I do plan to only get married once, but you never know. I right now, I don't envision like a big reception. Like I want to get married real quick. We say our I do's. It's not a big to do. We walk down the aisle, do that whole shebang, and then just blowout party on the beach. Rave type. Idea. Ultra Miami style.
There's going to be DJ and lights.
Yes. DJ and a band. Yeah. First part will be a band. And then when it hits midnight, it turns into a DJ fest. All the kids go home.
After
it's
hours.
Like a rave. Yeah.
Love it. That sounds great.
Well, anyways,
yeah, we're deep into.
It's not happening anytime soon.
No. Deep into that time, but it is fun, and I'm not gonna lie. As long as the storm's like not that bad, which it does kind of seem like that's this guy, this French dude who's coming up here, Hurricane Henri. I don't know why we gave him that name, but. Here he is.
I love it. Everyone hates
French
it. I love
bastard.
It. Yeah, well, everyone was freaking out about it. And
the media loves to hype up the storms. It's like
they love to hype up.
There's a hurricane coming. There's a hurricane coming. And in some areas there's a lot of wind. And I did see like places in Rhode Island, Connecticut have lost power. Specifically where we are, it's just been a lot of rain. Constantly raining since last night. Hasn't stopped raining 1 second. So in that sense, it's a lot of flooding.
Yeah, and it's such a Sunday. Such a Sunday. Sundays get me down. I'm trying not to let this one get me down, but Sundays really pull on my heartstrings. And then at a rainy Monday, I'm not going to be happy till Wednesday. Tuesday will be a cool off day.
But that matches the mood. Like I love a rainy Sunday and Monday. Like I don't like. I'm never going to be happy on Monday.
No, but I am happy on sunny Mondays. Sunny Monday, go to work. Take a nice walk at night.
You do feel like you're starting off your week better.
Yeah, it's like, I'm starting my week off shitty, and I won't be happy till Wednesday, and then Thursday comes around on Friday, and then we're back in the same routine. But anyways.
Friday again. Saturday.
It's Saturday, Sunday. What? All right. I'm back in it. We'll be happy on Wednesday. Let's get through this week, ladies and gentlemen. All right. Let's get through this hurricane. It's a good Sunday. Eat your good food. Lay around. Watch TV. I started 9 Perfect Strangers on Hulu with Nicole Kidman. Nicole Kidman
I'm starting that tonight.
It's a little freaky. It kind of scared me a little bit in the best way possible because Nicole Kidman is so captivating, mesmerizing. I tweeted this the other day and then I deleted it because I'm not exactly sure. I'm thinking about locking Nicole Kidman in as my favorite actress. I'm thinking about it.
As your favorite? I mean, she is very good.
I'm thinking about it. There's a lot of shows she's in that I'm like, these are my favorite shows. She's fucking killing it. And she just captivates you when she's on the screen. And like I said, I'm thinking about it. I'm not 100% locked in yet. So Just wanted that out there. Nine Perfect Strangers on Hulu, would recommend.
She has definitely solidified herself as the recent top dog when it comes to limited series. She can't not crush a limited series. That's all she's been doing.
She doesn't miss. She doesn't miss. And she's doing like an accent in this one. Took me by surprise. I was like, whoa, I wasn't expecting this. But she's killing it. And what also kind of accent? I'm not 100% sure.
Huh. I didn't.
Not 100% sure.
Interesting. Well, I'm very excited to start it. And that is very high up on my list. And I keep saying it. And I think I brought it up like 1,000 times. I want to watch The White Lotus, which I haven't started yet either, which is on my list for today as well.
I also want to watch The White Lotus, but all of the TikToks that I keep seeing about it and what people keep saying about it makes me not want to watch The White Lotus. Like, I heard it was really good.
People just keep saying it's really weird.
No, well, not even weird. They just keep saying it's a whole lot of nothing, but they're like, it's also good. But it's also a whole lot of nothing. And I'm like, I'm not being sold. But everyone's watching it, so I'm so confused.
Yeah,
it's good. It's good. I would recommend it.
That's
okay. And then I gotta
watch it for yourself.
I'll take Noah's word. Yeah.
Yeah. Noah has good taste.
And it's only like 6 episodes, so it's not that much.
Oh, okay. Then I'll watch it.
We also have to keep into consideration that Sydney Sweeney is in it. So would Noah say it's bad?
Also, no. Alexandra Daddario. So
yes.
Oh, yes. Yep.
Also, yeah. I mean, it's a good show. That's all I have to say.
Yeah, it's a good show. All right, let's get into the topics. For today's episode. We have Kylie Jenner is allegedly pregnant. People are saying Greg might be the next Bachelor. And we think Channing Tatum and Zoe Kravitz are dating. It looks like it. They're riding bikes together. She's on his back. Who knows? And we also have a great interview with Giannina Gibelli from Love is Blind, talking all about that reunion. So let's get into it, starting off with Kylie Jenner.
The summertime, you're always making sure that you are looking your best. You're shaving your legs probably too much. It's so annoying. It's one of the most annoying things. However, when you do it, you want to make sure that your legs are moisturized, your skin is ready to go. You got a great razor, which is why we love the Athena Club razor. It's a great razor.
Do. Listen, I've been told that my legs are really smooth by myself. I've felt them and I have said, wow, your legs are the smoothest they've ever been.
You're right. And I'll tell you why, Rhea, they're designed with built-in skin guards to help prevent razor burn. They're gentle on curves. They have thousands of razors. The razor has thousands of 5-star reviews. And the razor blade is surrounded by a water-activated serum with shea butter and hyaluronic acid, which is, the holy grail. Everybody wants
good
stuff. You're putting that on your face. Why not put it, on your legs? Keep your skin looking great. You can pick the razor handle. You can also pick the magnetic hook for the shower. What's also great is the razor kit is only $9 and it comes with 2 blade heads, the magnetic hook for the shower, your choice of handle color. And I got to say, they're really great. I also highly, highly recommend their shave foam. It's one of the best out there. I was kind of off on shaving cream for a while, just like, this is an extra step that I don't need. But the shave foam is such a game changer.
Next level. Makes it next level.
You really need it. So show your skin you care with the Athena Club Razor Kit. Sign up today and you'll get 20% off your first order. Just go to athenaclub.com and use promo code CHICKS. That's ATHENACLUB.com with promo code CHICKS for 20% off.
Everybody has been speculating on this. Apparently, Kylie Jenner very allegedly, is pregnant. We don't know for sure, but that's what everyone is saying.
And it's not like this rumor hasn't existed. This rumor has existed for months now, circulating on TikTok. There were sleuths pointing out her nails in all of her different Instagram stories, thinking she was pre-recording content. Now it seems like we're leaning towards she really is pregnant. I was skeptical at first because Page Six was the first one to break it. Page Six, exclusive sources say to Page Six, Kylie Jenner is pregnant. this happened literally 3 weeks ago with Paris Hilton. Page 6 said Paris Hilton, she's pregnant. And guess what? Paris Hilton said she wasn't pregnant. So at first I was skeptical. It seemed like everyone was using this video of Caitlyn Jenner as a source where she was at an event. She was asked about having 18 grandkids. She said, 30 would be a nice number, round number. And then said, 19, there's 19 on the way. Somebody's pregnant. Didn't say who. So of course, everyone thought Kylie. And then TMZ said, hold the phone, everyone. Bert Jenner is having his 3rd child. But maybe she was really talking about Kylie. We don't know. If it's Kylie and Bert, then there's 20 on the way. But every other outlet jumped on it afterwards. It was one after the other. Page 6, TMZ, People, Us, Just Jared, like everybody, E! News. Once everybody posted, it's like, all right, this thing's probably true.
The reason why I think it's true is because usually when something's not true, Kylie tweets about it or she posts an Instagram story about it. And I feel like something like this, her being pregnant, she would say something. So, I mean, congrats to Kylie and Travis, question mark.
Yeah.
Like
I do think it is Travis.
That's what I would expect. And Kylie always talked about wanting another kid. So I really don't think it's that surprising. I mean, when I first heard the news, I was like, holy shit, Kylie Jenner is pregnant, as if it was the first time she was pregnant. I mean, like that was years ago. She already has a kid. So it's really not that shocking at this point.
Yeah.
But congrats to them.
You're right, Rhea. She has been pretty vocal about wanting siblings for Stormy and just making sure the timing's right. And, pregnancy was a tough thing, just making sure she was in the right headspace for it again. And I did see that there was maybe some YouTube video or something, maybe on some Instagram thing. I forget where exactly it was that she did with Stassi, that she had said, ideally she wants like 7 kids. So she is definitely definitely wants to have more kids. So it's super not shocking. We're definitely not going to hear anything from Kylie until there is a physical baby being born. She won't say anything, which is smart because they always talk about how Stormy is such an amazing kid. Kendall said this in the Keeping Up with the Kardashians reunion with Andy Cohen, that she thinks like Stormy is such this like calm, amazing baby because Kylie stayed so like stress-free during her pregnancy. Now, is that a scientific proven fact? No, but that's, what they think because she didn't leave the house. She was very private, very close. And everyone thinks that's kind of how she's going about this again. I do have a little bit of a theory. And I think this may have been, I think Caitlyn may have fucked up.
You think so?
I think she may have said that.
Is Bert not even really pregnant?
No, I think Bert is, but I think that she may have said this, which is crazy because you would think that, she would know to be on total lockdown. But I just think maybe like she did this, TMZ got a hold of it. Kris Jenner got on the phone and was like, you better say it's Bert. Like I will,
Bert, get in the bedroom right now and make
I'm telling you, it's Bert. Throw him off the scent. Let's tell everyone it's Bert. But at the end of the day, that didn't really make a difference because everybody ran with it immediately afterwards. So it does feel like this is something that's happening. And with the pregnancy, like we've talked about before, it's never really confirmed until the person who's pregnant says they're pregnant. So,
right. We're big on that. So we just got to wait for Kylie to say something, and soon enough she will, because the baby's coming.
Yeah. Yeah. Apparently she is a few months along is what I saw People magazine write, that she has a cute little bump.
Cute. We'll see what happens. Big news in Bachelor Nation. A lot of talk about who the next Bachelor is going to be. And people are saying it is Greg.
Why? I just like, why do they have to make life so hard? Why do they have to make life so hard? Does this guy, because guess what? This is exactly what Greg has always wanted. We're handing Greg being the Bachelor on a silver platter. This is what this guy has been groomed for years now, trying to get on this show. I don't know if producers have some soft spot for him or what. They always thought like, this guy could be a good bachelor down the line. And they've just held on to it for so long. But I just don't get it. There's so many other guys that everyone would be happy about. And of course, people get pissed about the castings all the time. People were pissed about Ari. People were pissed about Colton. People were pissed about Peter. But it's just like this seems like at an entirely different level. People really hate Greg. And it does seem like Greg needs some him time. Like he needs to not be on TV. The way he acted, like Greg will never be the one to say like, hey, you need therapy. But like Greg has some demons he needs to work through. Losing his father, relationships. He's got some bad baggage. And now he's not ready to be the Bachelor.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like you hit everything on the head. Part of me, now this is not the rational part. This was just a little part of me that was like, oh shit, chaos is in the works if Greg is the Bachelor. And sometimes chaos is fun, but it doesn't seem like it's going to be so fun. I don't think it's going to be fun. I think that they could have picked anybody else. I think it was funny to joke around about Greg potentially being the Bachelor, of how crazy the reaction would be. But jokes are only so funny until they reach the point of it actually happening.
Yeah.
And then you're like, oh, I don't know about that. Seems like we could have went anywhere else with this. So
I know. And
I think that there were so many eligible people out there that could have and earned this spot more than Greg did. And so it kind of just feels like a slap in the face to everybody who felt like, you know, maybe they had a better shot. Maybe they put in more of the time. And I don't even know what that fucking means when it comes to the Bachelor, putting in the time. I guess, like, has Greg put in the time, I guess, if we're going to compare it to that? Like,
I don't know.
Who even knows at this point? But like, I feel like there's a lot of baggage that comes, like you said, that comes with Greg. A lot of people have said a lot of things about Greg, whereas there's people out there that they got a clean record, it seems. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't even know how else to put that, because I guess, because then I kind of feel like a hypocrite, because then you're saying like, oh, what are you just going to believe what everyone says about somebody? You know, at the same time, there's like a little part of me that is like, oh, well, are we just going to believe what a bunch of people say about somebody? But then when there's a lot of people saying it, you're like, well, all right.
When there's a lot of people saying it, and especially when it's ex-girlfriends, which can be hard because, you know, a lot of times ex-girlfriends don't have the nicest things to say about their ex-boyfriends. But to the extent of what Greg's ex-girlfriends have said about him, he seems like he is certainly not ready to be getting engaged or being like glorifying his behavior. And I don't know, maybe the producers just fucking hate Katie this much that they're like, let's make Greg the Bachelor.
Well, I think that's a good point that you said about like the engagement part, because it's like, okay, no matter what these girls are saying about him, it's very clear he's not ready to be engaged to get married.
No.
Like, no matter what the level is, what they're talking about, he is not ready to get married. It's very clear. So like, why even put somebody in that position that we know is not going to end up getting engaged and married at the end? Because then you just need to change the entire premise of the show. Because at this point, it's a gamble. And I feel like they could be going for more people that like are ready to find somebody that they really love.
Yeah. And I'm hoping that the response to this rumor maybe makes them think twice about this decision. This isn't set in stone. This is like a reality Steve saying like, I'm pretty positive this is what's going to happen. And then everybody freaked the fuck out. And Mike Flea sends 90 bullshit tweets out that make people ever so pissed. He's so fucking annoying. So it's like, you never really know what's going to happen. It could change. It could not. But yeah, you're right. They could also just be going for straight chaos. Like they could be. And what sucks is he is that kind of person where like, I bet you girls who are coming on or girls that might be cast, some I'm sure are going to like him, but some are probably like, we got this guy. Like they're probably going to have girls. If this were to happen, I think they would almost have girls specifically be like, I don't fucking like you. Like, I don't know how they sell that one to us.
He seems like he'd be a bad Bachelor. Like, I'm just really thinking worse than Pete. Like I'm picturing Greg as the Bachelor, and I'm not loving it.
Yeah, definitely not.
And compared to we talked about the finale, and everybody knows how we felt about it. So it's not like I'm like the biggest Greg hater in the world. I just also don't really love him as the Bachelor pick. Like thinking about him as the Bachelor, I feel like he's going to be a messy, chaotic disaster.
Yeah.
Which I mean, maybe we need that for good TV. Maybe they don't even fucking care about love anymore, which I don't think they do on the show. But maybe they're like, just give us a fucking mess because people will watch anyway. People will watch a mess.
Oh gosh, I really hope it's not him. I do really hope they change it. Just in the same realm of potentially happy news, Dumois got multiple submissions this week that Claire and Dale got married.
You know what?
Just wanted to throw that out there.
Congrats to them. Congrats to Dale and Claire.
Fucking crazy kids. Unbelievable.
Those two keep me young. Those two, they keep me believing in love.
They really do.
Like if they're going to get married.
Exactly. Anything could happen. I sent the story to our Cutting Stems group, and Trent just responded like all caps, against all odds. Like we don't know what's fully happening, but the rumor is that they filmed something, some kind of special, or maybe it's some sort of People exclusive that is going to be coming out that they'll be announcing. But it could also be a total farce. She did post on her Instagram story, like saying that she was filming something and she flipped the camera and Dale was there and yada, yada. So don't know for sure, but if those two crazy kids tied the knot, I mean, unbelievable.
Congrats to them.
It's truly true. Against all odds, they really did it. Another rumor that seems to be getting some confirmation is Zoe Kravitz and Channing Tatum. It's been a while now that these have been circulating. Are they dating? Are they friends? They filmed a movie together that Zoe Kravitz directed. So we've seen a lot of social media interaction with them on Instagram. We've seen them going on walks together. Now there were pictures of them taking a bike ride together. He's on the bike, she's on the back, hold on to his shoulders. And it's making people think that this is a potential new couple. And I will say it is a little bit more controversial than I thought.
Why is that? I was going to say hot couple.
Because some people, and because literally, like I said, I've done nothing this weekend. I've just been like on my phone. There is a corner that believes that she is way too good for him and that Channing Tatum's stock is plummeting.
Well, let me first say this. I love her. I think she's
obsessed.
Awesome. I think she's so fucking cool.
And look, she is so fucking cool that beautiful. I really don't think there is a man that is ever going to be as cool as she is.
Right. But I think Channing Tatum's cool.
Yeah.
I have no problem with Channing Tatum. I will say this though. I loved Channing Tatum for like a little bit. She's the man. Like Channing Tatum is.
Yeah. I mean, step up Channing
holy
Tatum.
Fuck.
Forget it.
Step up Channing Tatum's like one of the hottest men in the world.
Yeah.
But
it's been a long time.
It's been a long, yeah, that's what I was going to say. It's been a long time since I felt that way about Channing Tatum. So you get Channing Tatum at that time and Zoe Kravitz together, I could see people being like, holy fuck, coolest couple ever. Now you get Zoe Kravitz, who's still really cool, and Channing Tatum, who is like a, father now. Like, now he's so cool as a father. It's up and down. He was like, dating what's her face?
Jesse James.
Jesse James.
No, Jesse J.
Jesse James.
I was gonna say
Jesse
it's a
James.
J for James, and I didn't know that.
Jesse J.
Jesse James is, first of all, I think maybe a porn star, Jesse James, and then there's Jesse James.
Then there's Jesse James, and there's also Jesse James.
And then
Decker,
there's Jesse James Decker.
I've been thinking of yet. No, Jesse J.
Jesse J. He was dating Jesse J. And then so it's kind of like, all right, cool. Good for them. But
how old do you think they both are? I want to see if you can guess.
Channing Tatum's got to be like 36 or 42. No, he's not in his 40s, 36.
My guess is Channing Tatum's like 38 and Zoe Kravitz is like 32.
Zoe Kravitz is 32. Channing Tatum is 41.
Okay, all right. That's not far. That's far off.
9 years.
Interesting.
9 years.
Yeah, I
Look,
guess she
Channing
could.
Tatum has had a
Kinda cool,
lot of
but-
ups and downs for sure. And because like he played that role every single movie he was in for so long. And then he kind of stopped doing that. And so like people's views on him changed. And then the divorce with Jenna Dewan, I think that changed people as well because people loved them as a couple so much. The last time I think Channing Tatum really made me feel something was that shower picture. Remember that Jessie J had him put up on his Instagram?
Yeah. But even then, I didn't really feel something for him,
Yeah.
to be completely honest. But it's Channing Tatum, so of course you still do.
Yeah.
But
This
it's
is the
just
thing.
not
And it's no one's going to be cool enough for her. No one.
nobody. Somebody's always got to be cooler, even if you got two really fucking cool people. Like Sofia Vergara and Joe Manganiello, however you pronounce his last name.
Yeah.
They're both really fucking cool. He's super sexy. He is so sexy. But Sofia Vergara is cooler than he is, even though he is.
But she's
so
like
cool.
a different kind of cool. It's like Zoe I don't know. I don't really think of Sofia Vergara as cool. Do you?
No, I know what you mean. Like Zoe Kravitz is like the definition of cool.
Yeah.
Sofia Vergara is just like.
Like what do you
That's
think
the
about
thing,
Pete Davidson and Zoe Kravitz are like cool, like, right?
Yeah, like because they're like kind of badass. You mean?
Like, yeah.
Did you say Pete Davidson?
I'm just saying, like, trying to match up like cool people.
He's
Okay.
cool.
I would like to
Maybe he's not
state
cool. Maybe
that
he's not
Pete
cool.
Davidson and Zoe Kravitz are nowhere near being on the same level.
No, I'm not. But like, he's more cool than Channing Tatum. Maybe it's just the tattoos. I don't know.
Yeah.
No. I know they like you put Channing Tatum and Pete Davidson in a room now. All the girls are flocking to Pete Davidson. Zoe Kravitz and Pete Davidson are not on the same level as cool at all. She's way cooler, but they have. I know what you mean with the vibe, like smoking weed and like they like rock and roll and drugs and like sex. That's what those people
is like
scream.
a cool guy.
Well,
Celebrity.
Pete Davidson doesn't scream rock and roll.
No,
Yeah,
literally the
even-
only people that can compete with Zoe Kravitz are her own family members. Like her mom, Lenny Kravitz, like Jason Momoa.
Yes.
I think they're the only
They're
ones that
all
can compete
so cool.
without the level of cool, and she can't be dating any of them. So
because they're not. Here's the thing: they're not try hard cool. They're just so naturally cool.
Exactly.
You'll never be as cool as them
exactly.
ever. They just were born cool.
Exactly.
You can't make that.
It's true. So I don't know if Channing Tatum is getting a little bit of some unfair criticism because of the pairing of him and Zoe Kravitz, and like we said, because everybody loves her so much. But it does kind of seem like I would say they are dating. I know that's
wouldn't you
still a
say like
question.
Harry Styles is cool?
Well, of course.
That would
he's
actually
cool.
that would be a sick couple. Harry Styles
Yeah,
and Zoe
like
Kravitz.
they're cool.
To be honest,
They're
almost too cool.
I was just gonna say they're too cool for each other.
Cool.
They are way too cool for each other. Way too cool for each other. You cannot have two people.
You can't have that much cool in one couple. I'm sorry. That's just it's overwhelming for the rest of the world and for each other. Just having to like compete on that level. When you're in a couple, you want to comfortably know that like he's cooler than I am. She's cooler than I am.
But they're so cool that like when you're that cool, you don't even think about being cool. You're just cool.
No, but that's the thing.
Yeah.
That's why they can't date each other, because one person in the relationship has to know that you are cooler or they are cooler.
Right.
That's just how it works.
Somebody's got to bring him back down to earth.
Somebody. Like
they're just Harry Styles and Zoe Kravitz are just floating up to heaven. Like
they're two butterflies floating in the wind.
Yeah. Yep.
It's kind of like, well, I guess cool. Like Travis Barker and Kourtney Kardashian are cool, but Travis Barker is making Kourtney Kardashian cooler.
For sure.
Megan Fox and Machine Gun Kelly. Megan Fox is making Machine Gun Kelly cooler.
Yep. Hey, maybe this will help Channing Tatum then, because it does seem like I don't know. But objectively speaking, hot couple.
Hot couple.
I think, unfortunately,
deny.
the public's opinion on Channing Tatum has started to drop just a tad. Not for me. We have a great interview with Giannina coming up from Love is Blind. We're talking about that after the altar special, all of those moments, all the drama. But first, if you have some drama in your life, you need to work some anger out, punch it out. Check out the Light Boxer. This thing is so cool. It's an at-home boxing machine, really. It's like, it has a stand-up. It has, your little targets. You punch.
Mm-hmm.
We have one in the office, which is so fun. And what also makes Light Boxer great is that they have exclusive music licensing partnerships. So you get all the best new tracks from Justin Bieber, Post Malone, The Weeknd. And then they also have a team of gamers and DJs program the punch sequences for each song. So you're punching along the music. It makes it so much fun. We see people using it in the office all the time.
Yeah, sometimes I pass. I give it a little punch, get my anger out.
Exactly. And it's a great workout without even realizing it. You're having fun. And then when you finish, you're like, oh my God, that is a full-blown workout. Maybe you're feeling a little sore. Maybe you're feeling a little sore. You're working out those muscles that you don't normally use. You also can create a profile that tracks your accuracy and power for each workout so you can get better. You can compare your results with friends. Like I said, we have it in the office so we can compare with our coworkers to see what everyone's doing and try to beat your own records. So you can get your own right now. Go to lightboxer.com/chicks and get $200 off your purchase, or use the code chicks at checkout to get $200 off your purchase. That's Lightboxer, LITEBOXER.com/chicks to get $200 off your purchase. All right, everyone, we are here with a very special guest, Giannina Gibelli from Love is Blind on Netflix. We have watched the special. Love is Blind After the Altar has just been released, the last month, and it has people big time talking. Giannina, I feel like you're at the center of a lot of it, but how are you doing? How's the response been to After the Altar coming out?
So thank you. I think it's been, you never know what to expect, right? So I am feeling very blessed just to have a lot of people in my corner, but also I have like this internal struggle going on because I do care so much about, everyone's feelings involved and things like that, just because it's hard to take apart like one piece, in like a whole 2-year relationship. But like everything happens for a reason, so I'm like, what are the odds that that's what comes out, so.
How much time had passed between the filming of Love is Blind versus the reunion?
So Love is Blind season 1, we filmed it November 2018, October to November 2018. And then After the Altar, we did it a year and a half after, or almost 2 years after. So November 2020, we filmed After the Altar. And then now it's August 2021. So
it's been almost a year.
Pretty long time.
Yeah, it's been again like a whole journey.
Yeah, and I remember seeing that with just even when Love is Blind, the first season came out, and it was like everybody checking in on social media because there, of course, had been months and months that had passed. So now you're all watching it back. How did you feel watching it? Like you just said, end of July 2021, knowing that you had filmed this months ago. And were there things that you watched that you didn't know happened?
Yeah. So honestly, I'm every time that we film something, I ask, like we've done it like 100 times, but every time we film something and it doesn't come out right away, I'm like, oh, like, come on, like, let's just get it over with, whatever. But it always has like its own perfect timing. So I wouldn't have handled it as well, I don't believe, if I didn't have such a long time in between to fully move on and like digest why certain things happen or why certain things happen to me. And then it's like, oh, I look back and I felt awesome because I just wasn't that person anymore. Like I saw a lot of sadness in my eyes this time. And I'm like, wow, like that's like not me anymore, thank God. So I felt really good about it. But it's always hard to relive hard moments like running away from my wedding or, being, uncomfortable AF at a party. But I'm glad I watched it. This time was a lot easier to watch because I guess I've just gotten more comfortable with seeing myself. And then I didn't know that a lot of that happened. So it was like, oh, double confirmation. Like, cool. Like,
now after watching, do you feel like am I still not, are you allowed to get mad, but do I just get mad about all this even though months have passed and I'm over it, or do you kind of just bury it?
Right. I mean, I don't think you really have an option.
Right.
Much as I've buried it and I feel like completely at peace with the situation. You're watching this unfold like right in front of you and just like, okay, like every single emotion came out of me. So, but what I did notice is that I didn't stay mad. Like, yeah, I got mad, but I'm not mad about it.
Yeah. You're not still mad. You got mad at the situation, but currently right now you are not mad.
I mean, okay, so I'm a person, I'm kind of like the Hulk, right? Like he's always angry. Like I'm always angry. I feel like that's just, and maybe I characterize it wrong, but like anger, fire, whatever,
passion.
Like that passion, like that's something that I always have in me, and like little things light it up, right? So it depends on like what's gonna light it up. So I'm always kind of like at that state. But I've learned how to control it with things that don't serve me anymore, and things that typically would get me mad, or things that like literally just like make me, like when your blood, like when your stomach drops, like I've learned to let those things go easier. So it's been
right. So I know we didn't even say it, but obviously we're talking about the dynamic with Francesca and Damian and watching that all happen. Now, when I'm just trying to think, because it, as a viewer, it felt so random. Like I watched it and was like, how did she end up on this show? Is she lost? Like, this is not her show. So it didn't really make a lot of sense to me watching, because I didn't really know the background of Damian and Francesca being that friendly. We all saw those paparazzi photos. We all thought like, that's weird.
Right.
But we didn't really know what was going on.
And then you think, oh, the two shows, maybe they're just hanging out.
Yeah,
Netflix type of thing.
Did you have, like, during this time, like when you were filming this, did you know to the extent like what Damian and Francesca's relationship was? Because the way he made it sound was that you knew that they were, that he and Francesca were good friends.
Right. So I'm a very like trusting person, and like I go with like my intuition, and if you don't want me, then you don't want me, and I can feel that, and okay. But it was never relayed to me that I should be worried about her. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not the kind of girl that's gonna be like, oh no, you can't have any girlfriends. Like, you can't have any friends that are girls. No matter, if she's on a show called Too Hot to Handle or not, like, I'm secure in myself that, like, I honestly don't worry about it. And if you don't want me anymore, then like, okay, bye. Yeah. So anyway, I knew that they had a friendly relationship because they were both managed by the same person. So the fact that they had like this out of the blue like friendship, that's actually all very real.
Yeah.
They had a manager that they all went out to dinner. It was like a group of 7 of them, and they went out to dinner one time, and somehow the paparazzi got called, and then that's where that picture was taken. But then I don't know.
The paparazzi got called.
Somehow, seriously.
Somehow.
And it's like, I knew that like, I didn't know that had happened. I found out through the pictures. And then again, like I don't know if I was just like very naive or I don't know. But then I look back and I see pictures that like she would be sitting on his shoulders and things like that. And it's just like, I don't know. Like, yeah. I'm a cool girl. But like at the end of the day, like I see that their relationship now of like how it played out. And I was just like, wow.
Yeah.
Wow. There's something going on there.
Yeah, I mean, did it feel like a stab in the back almost that he brought her to this event? Because not only are you celebrating the love of the couples that it worked out for. It was also like marking a time where your relationship with him was blown up in a sense. Like, it's like, oh, they all got married, but some of the couples didn't get married, and he just brings another girl. Felt very shady.
Yeah, but then it made it easy for me.
Right.
It was just like we'd gone through so much at that point, and so many trials and tribulations. And then at that point, I was just like, you know what? Like, I've cried enough. Like, I'm done. Like, thank you. It was really just like a moment of like, I don't need anything else to tell me, the universe to tell me that, like, okay, sweetie, like, you tried. Move on.
How happy are you that you didn't get married?
I mean, again, everything happens for a reason. So I'm just really happy that I didn't have to go through like a divorce or anything before the age of 30. No offense to anyone that has, but again, like, I didn't know that I was going to be on this show in the first place. So then to come out of it and be like, well, I got divorced. It's not bad. Whatever. At least you found love for a little while.
Yeah.
But.
Right. It's just not how you saw your personal journey going, which is totally fine. Now, after this all went down, was that kind of the end of things, or did he ever like try and make things better? Because I think that was kind of the biggest question after everybody watched these episodes. It's like, well, then what happened after?
Yeah, so I was hoping that everybody would get the answer out of it so that I could just, everything would quiet down. Everything that I put up, no matter how hard I work on the project or whatever, it's always like, how's Damien? Where's Damien? How's it? So it's like a woman is worth more than the person she is dating, number one. But me and him kept talking after that because same thing, like Love is Blind season 1, we were like, okay, well, let's not have like the cameras and, everything. Like, let's just separate ourselves from that. And he definitely tried, but we were just tapped. There's no more. For months though. It was a very drawn out breakup.
Yeah.
Which I don't recommend.
Do you think that the producers or people behind the scenes had a say in Francesca coming? Because I feel like it's crazy that he would just bring her himself.
Right. Well, as far as like the way that he brought her and the way that he treated me when we were at that party, and like, no one tells you.
Yeah, that's him.
That.
Yeah.
No one tells you to greet them like, hey, beautiful. Like, so it's just, I'm very good at separating myself. I like to see things objectively, even though, like, let's say like I'm completely in turmoil, I have to separate myself from the situation. And those are the things that stood out to me.
Yeah, definitely.
That's all.
Right. That's very fair.
Like,
very fair. So there was also so many other things going on with, the other couples and things like that. I think Jessica has still stayed in the mix a little bit. What did you guys all think about Mark not showing up? Because I think everybody was kind of waiting for some big moment that we didn't get.
Right. So I'm not close to Mark. I wish I could. I don't know. I just don't want to talk about him on like his behalf of why he didn't show up.
Yeah.
I know that he was looking, or he was expecting, and they had their baby in April. Super happy for them. But there's so much going on around Mark. Like, God bless him. So if he wanted to, take his family out of the equation and like have a safe and happy pregnancy for his fiance, then like, good. I'm glad that possibly is a sign of growth.
Right.
Apart from all this shit that we're doing. But that it's been we do film this in years, and years time. So it's like, I hope that he saw it as a way of, okay, I'm growing from the situation. I don't need to put myself in there. But I do think that I don't know, he needs to. There's a lot of, he left a blood trail. So it's like, wouldn't you want to go ahead and defend yourself? Wouldn't you want to go ahead and kind of like,
and these ladies didn't really
he's
get
just
any,
hoping it all disappears.
Yeah, the ladies didn't really get any closure, which is very hard.
Yeah, and that's why it's like, okay, well, this also happened in a very public setting.
Mm-hmm.
So I get it. You don't want to deal with it anymore, but how about you just close the chapter for good for once and for all, and then like keep going about your day. But this is something that regardless, it's out there. Like it's like an open wound out in the universe. Like I don't like to relive this stuff, but like I don't want to go back into the, wedding, but I had to close the chapter. Like I have to go back and like.
Right. And you probably feel better now that you've closed it. Mark is probably still thinking about this every day. If he would just close it, he'd probably feel a lot better.
Well, I think as far as like closing the chapter on his relationship, like past relationships, I think that's happened. But I feel like there's another part where it's like a sense of growth. And I don't want to say like the word with morality and also like ethically, like you want to be able to say, okay, I have been able to grow from these parts of my life. Like I'm good with my relationships. I don't need to talk to my ex anymore. I don't need to do this. But maybe as, a person that wants to grow morally and ethically, like this is something I need to do. So I think there's a different.
Right. Who are you close with still, with this cast? Because I think what honestly was surprising to me too, which I don't know why it was surprising, but watching the After the Altar, I was like, wow, it really does seem like a lot of the cast like stayed in touch and are friends and talk about their lives. So who are you the closest with now?
So I kind of, I don't know, I didn't become super, super close with anybody because I guess if you got married, you threw yourself into your partner, right? And that became your friend, especially after going through something so crazy as a pods, and then a whole ass pandemic hits. Mm-hmm. So with me, like Damien was my closest person. He was my best friend. He was the person I stayed most in touch with. As far as the girls, like we DM a good bit. Like we're definitely like still on top of just what everyone else is doing. I really like Jessica. I think we have a very like good friendship going on. But as far as like friendships, I don't know. I'm a really big loner, you guys. Like I don't like I've had like the same group of friends for a very long time. I have like it takes a lot for me to be like, okay, well, no, I can make new friends. I don't know what I'm trying to say.
No, we're not judging you. You have your group, but you're not dying to get close with anybody else.
Well, but if we can, then we will. But I guess like the opportunities like never really like came out because when me and Damien would hang out with like the whole group, it would also be a little awkward just because some people didn't get engaged. Some people, dated other people. So we didn't really like hang out so much. But whenever we do, it's great. Like I love everybody. Like I love hanging out with them.
If you had to pick a couple to third wheel with between Lauren and Cameron and Amber and Barnett, who do you pick?
I want to say Amber and Barnett because I love to drink, and I feel like they would just be a riot. And
just a good time.
Actually, we've had double dates before, and they were always fun. So we in Atlanta and stuff. Yeah, they're a good time. I haven't hung out with Lauren and Cameron, just us two. So maybe that should be my answer. Okay. But I don't have a boyfriend, so
yeah,
you're just third wheel.
I was gonna say I'm just picking to be a third wheel because Lauren and Cameron, I think everybody feels like, whoa, that this process really, really worked for them. And of course, Amber and Barnett as well. But the drama still sticks with Amber and Barnett a little bit when Lauren and Cameron seem to not have a problem at all. Like, it's like, It's like everybody's there celebrating their, anniversary and everything. But it's like, they're so happy. What else is there to say about them?
Yeah. It's like, oh.
Exactly. It's so nice. But I mean, this show has been so huge and you have blown up so much like afterwards. How have you kind of dealt with all that? Because like you said, you're constantly asked about Damien and things like that, but you have almost like 2 million Instagram followers. It's a big deal, and that's a lot to handle. How do you kind of deal with all of that now?
So when people first started noticing, it was like this really crazy roller coaster / Truman Show experience. Like out of nowhere, this show that I forgot I did at some point comes out, and then everybody knows about this relationship that I've been keeping secret for like 2 years, and then I can finally talk about it, and then the world shuts down, and I'm like thrown into this corner. And then it turns out that half the things that I typically, because I'm very outspoken, you know, half the things that I, you know, I'm typically comfortable doing, I'm getting yelled at for too. So it was a very interesting time to like become famous, because people know who you are, but then you can't do anything about it. And also you're taken from a place of comfort into a place of like being in the public eye. And either it was a time where if you said the completely wrong thing, you got canceled and it would be gone.
Right.
You know, so it was a very, very interesting time. And I think I handled it really well, honestly, because I'd also worked with, first of all, I ate shit like the couple of years before it came out. So I was like, all right, I'm humbled to the bone. Like, God, I get it. Like you're not above anything, nothing's above you. Like, all right. So again, like I feel like it came at a really good time, because it can definitely take you from one place to the next. And it was just really sweet. I really didn't think that anybody was going to like anything that came out of my mouth, because that was such a crazy place. And same thing here. I thought, you know, like, great, I'm, you know, yelling again, and what's going on with me again. And so again, it's been really great just to see that I'm accepted just for, you know, going with like my heart and my gut. And if people think that that's inspirational, and that, you know, Latin women have some sort of representation out there, which just like makes me like kind of like light up, because I never saw anyone really look like me either. Except for like Snooki. Yeah. Snooki was the closest thing I got. So it's been great. No, long story short, it's been again, like
Snooki does comment on your Instagrams all the time. I did see that.
Which is crazy full circle moment, because I used to like watch her all the time in high school, and we had like this whole thing in high school about them and
the Jersey Shore.
And now that it's back, yeah. And same thing with Nick Lachey, like the first, because pop culture like made such an impact on me because I came from a different country. So I remember these things very vividly, like things that taught me how to speak English, or like expressions, like the Newlyweds with Jessica Simpson.
Yeah.
And everything.
Oh my gosh.
And Nick Lachey is the host of my show. And then like random things like that. It's very, very weird how it all comes together.
No, definitely. But it's been cool. And I was very happy that we got to see this reunion of sorts, and to see what everybody was up to, because that first season, like you said, blew up so much, and then we went into a pandemic. So it was like that show took on a life of its own, and then we kind of were like, what happened to everybody?
Where are they now?
And we got all of our answers. And it's been great to see everybody's journey. What are you up to now? What's going on? Are you back in the dating game?
So yes, definitely back in the dating game. I got over it, like the weirdness of dating after being in a relationship for a long time. And then also the fear of like, do you know about me before I know about you? And also like, what's your deal? I got over that pretty quickly, which was great. It's still there, but I guess like my radar is like refined now. And also like men are funny. Men are just really funny. And being back in the dating world now with like DMs and like, hey, like this and that. I'm very old school. Like that's why I really liked Love is Blind in that sense, because I wasn't going to, I was gonna make my own choice. Like it was gonna be my choice at the end of the day. I feel like now things are like a little bit more premeditated. So basically I just want fate to like come in, be like, this is it. And then now, I mean, I lived in Atlanta For 6 years. It was probably the best thing I've ever done. Actually, the best thing I've ever done. I moved for an ex-boyfriend, and like I followed my heart, and then I didn't want to ever leave the city because I didn't find what I was looking for, I guess. And then I got the show, and now after 6 years, I was like, you know what? Like, I think it's time for me to close the chapter. Maybe I'll be back. But I think the past year, with one, a pandemic, and then two, finally, like, I guess coming into myself and feeling like I don't have anything to hide after 3 years, right? That's so close to me. I really just want to embrace that and finally be able to just like speak my truth. And I've been traveling for the past couple of months. So I'm definitely living nomad life. I moved out, put my stuff in storage, and I'm just traveling as much as I can.
Oh, that sounds like fun.
Seriously.
Yeah, it's been great.
That is great. And we're so happy for you and this journey you've been on and everything that's been happening with this show. I really feel like you have come out on the other side of all of this, and it's been great speaking with you, and we are excited to see what you do next. If you guys haven't watched Love is Blind After the Altar yet, you can watch it on Netflix, or even the first season, I guess. If you haven't watched, you can still tune in and watch it. And then, Giannina, where can everybody follow you?
So you guys can follow me on Instagram and TikTok with my name, Giannina Gibelli, Giannina Gibelli.
Awesome.
Because I know it's a mouthful.
Yeah.
But it flows.
It does.
Yes. Thank you.
Giannina, thank you so much for talking with us, and see you soon.
It's been great. Thank you, guys.
All right, that wraps up today's episode of Chicks in the Office. Next time, we will be back in studio. Hopefully, everyone stays safe during this hurricane, whatever happens with it. We love you guys. Have a great week, and we will be talking about Paradise on Wednesday.